They called my husband. I told him, tell them my child is there. Dora, I told my husband, my child is there.
Oh.
The guy told me, Sarah, you've lost a baby. I said, no. I remember that day. I called my sister abroad. I told her, Sylvia, these guys are telling me my child is gone. Tell
Some
them my
tissues.
child is there. And I told the doctor, can't I push and remove that cord? Because it was about the cord thing. The cord was around, and every time I would push, that is the pain I felt. It was so painful. So they told me, the more you push, the more the cords
It's
tightens.
tightened, yeah.
So if you're thinking of pushing to get the child out, you're going to kill your baby. I said, what? My boy was healthy. My boy was fat.
Wow.
He was healthy. And the mother was the opposite. Dora was tiny.
Lost weight.
I was tiny. They're like, but isn't that baby so heavy for you to carry? And then in April, we went for a checkup to see if I'm pregnant. Nothing was there. I cried. I said, what is happening to me? I started crying. I started complaining. I wasn't talking to anyone, remember? It's me and my husband. Then I remember there's a time I was overwhelmed. He told me, if you feel like you ever want to go for work, I'm here for you.
So it was more of being overwhelmed because of the kids. Like paint the picture for us. Why were you overwhelmed?
I felt like how I had failed myself. Because remember, before I was working, before I met my husband, by then we were boyfriend and girlfriend.
Bagamba,
Kasente
Sente
Komchala.
Kamchala.
It was Kasente Kamwala.
Kamwala by that time. Okay.
So I was working, getting like a good money. I was staying alone, having like a good life. I was used to, people were used to that happy Sarah.
Yeah.
And then everywhere, Sarah, this, Sarah, she's everywhere. Until I got pregnant.
Then Sarah was nowhere to be seen. Slow motion.
I started figuring out things. But the good thing, I'd taken care of my sister's kids too. The first one I was there. The second one half. The first one I was fully there up to 3 years.
Wow.
Yes.
You made a decision to...
Yes.
Was this after birth or even...
After
birth?
After birth, like 3 months, I got a job offer. A friend of mine called me, Sarah, there's this job. I know you will do it, because I'd graduated and all that. But they were giving me 500, but you work like three times a week.
Okay.
So I'm okay. You work half day up to 2.
Okay.
So I was okay with it. So I looked at my 3-month-old baby. Really. I'm like, where am I going to leave this child? With who? It's
Did you have like a nanny?
No.
Around? So after
the whole thing.
After birth, you went back home to mommy, or
I got pregnant. I was my husband.
Yeah.
Then I didn't have a nanny. I didn't have anyone to help me out, wash, clean, everything. I did it myself and him. So at around towards giving birth, I was like, I think I need to get a maid. He was okay with it. We got a bigger house where the nanny will come in. So after giving birth, this girl left. She was with me for 1 month.
And she left.
After giving birth, she actually came and told me, I'd woken up, Auntie, ngenda. After being operated with my C-section wound, she told me I'm leaving. But there's something I felt when she told me I'm leaving. I can't explain it, but I felt peaceful. I felt someone telling me, Sarah, it's okay. Let her go if she wants to go. Because I had an option of telling her, you know what? You can come with your baby. You can come with your baby. I mean, you're going to be here and then leave. You can come. I was about to say it. And the voice told me, Sarah, it's okay.
Okay.
Let her go. I don't know what God saved me, but she went. And I called my husband. I told her, like, now this is another story. I said, no, I'll manage.
Wow.
I'll see what I can do. I'll manage. You know, he's the one working, so there's no I'm going to stress him. I was like, I'll manage. It's one child. It's a small house, 2 bedrooms. We are not sleeping in the other one, so we shall see how to do it. So he came back. We sat down and talked about it, and he told me. My husband helped me mop. He actually mops because I have this back thing, so he
Yes.
uses the mop.
Yeah.
But before that, the situation was so bad, Dora. That situation was so bad.
But I always say, if a man, his mandate is to go out
To
and
provide. He actually knows that.
So he will wear even 10 shoes to make sure that happens.
He feels if I come in to provide, you're like, I'm not a man enough. Why is she doing this? No. You keep your money. Even though he gives me the money, you don't need to use your money. It's your money.
That's yours.
Why
Don't
use
spoil yourself.
Why? Because we're at a point where we didn't have money. The truth is we didn't have the money. We didn't have the money. I don't even know what happened, Dora, because I was used to having money. My bank account was closed. I didn't have money to put there.
Wow.
His bank account was closed also. So we are starting from scratch. That person. But God has been faithful. Like we stuck together. He's this person who told me, I love you. And I'll make sure if God blesses me, I'll make sure my family is happy. He makes sure Sarah say is done unless Sarah doesn't want to do it.
Yeah, unless you yourself, you are like, I don't have the time.
How much is the hair? How much is this? Like, why? Why? Don't you need them? Like, to be the but then you get it. But you see, is interested in knowing what you want. What can I do to make you feel better? Because we we came from nothing. So we moved on. He worked. I stayed with a child. I was traumatized, Dora. It's not easy, by the way. It's not easy. I tried to look.
What traumatized you? What traumatized you the most?
I felt I was alone. You know, it was postpartum, I think,
Yeah.
that trauma. But I felt I was alone. I'm not that open person. I don't open up. I don't. I really don't, because I reached a point my husband asked me, whom do you talk to when you have a problem? I said, no one. So how do you sort your problems? That's why you spark off. Like you find yourself, you're off. You're like, I'm tired of this, I'm tired of that, I'm done with this. And then by the time you sit, you're like, oh, I'm sorry. I was tired. I felt tired.
I was exhausted, overwhelmed.
But one thing I never did was to abandon my baby. That one. I cook food at 4. I would wake up in the morning, make my porridge, put it in my flask, because I knew eating would be a bit tough. So I knew at least I have porridge in the flask, because I have to breastfeed my child.
Yeah.
So I would take my porridge. I will have time for him. The moment he wakes up, we bathe, we sit, we take our new. After taking the new, we play. When he's sleeping, I sing. My boy knows how to sing. Whatever time it takes, I would sit and sing for him until he sleeps.
Wow.
I put him to bed. And then the moment I put him to bed with Papa, you start rushing.
Yes,
You're doing
cleaning
you're doing
this,
that.
washing the dishes.
Yes,
what?
you're doing this, you're doing that. And then, you stop.
Before you sit down and have a breather.
You stop, you go back. So I did that up to I said, okay, let me give myself like 6, 7 months. 7 months, I got a job offer also. Very good job offer. They were even telling me there's a daycare here, you can bring your child. Da, 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 da. I looked at my 7 months old. Even my mom said, you know what, you can bring the child over. To take you back, I never went to anyone's place after giving birth. So it was me and my husband.
Home
Yeah.
after the C-section.
Yes. It was me and my husband. My mom was there like for a week and then she left. So I think, I don't know, maybe sometimes God sees you're strong enough to do this. I can't say it's the devil trying to torture you, but I always felt, because every time I would wake up, I would say, Holy Spirit, come and you take care of this child. And it would be so easy for me. Even now, I wake up, I'm like, Holy Spirit, you give me a husband and 2 children. I need to take care of them. Please give me the strength.
Give me the strength.
Don't let me get tired of this. Because if the moment I'm tired, I'll hate everything.
Yeah.
Every day, that's my prayer. Every morning I get out of bed, the dad started, Lord, Holy Spirit, come and we do this. And everything is okay. There's a time my boy was crying because of, I don't know, but he would cry a lot. I prayed for my boy. I said, God, you know I have no one to help me. It was
getting too much.
Yes. I have no one to run to. I don't have anyone I'm going to call. Omwana akaba, no one. My husband always told me this thing, even up to now. It's our child, we shall figure it out.
Yeah.
They're our children, we'll always figure it out.
Yeah.
So I prayed. I had a dream. God hears our prayers, my dear. Where I pray from.
Yeah. Where do you pray?
I pray from Mutundwe Christian Fellowship. So I had a dream. Both pastors, the husband and the wife, Pastor Tom and Pastor Justin, they had come at my home. So Pastor Tom carried my boy, bathed him properly, and then Mami Justin carried him. I said, tagenda kuddamu kaaba, genda okole emirimu gyo. Since then, Dora, my boy has been a peaceful boy.
Wow.
So I was like, okay, maybe sometimes God is testing our faith, testing our, mind you, I say I'm not, I wasn't. I think somehow I'm starting to be patient, but I was never patient.
You were never a patient person.
No. I'm not. I'm not.
Where is the vako?
I'm not patient. Like we are supposed to do A. Why aren't we doing A? Why are we still? Let's get done with it and we move on. Why are we still here? We're supposed to be there. So I'm that person. I'm not patient. And God gave me this person who takes things slowly, my husband.
He's
But
very
like,
calculated.
it takes his time. I'm like, I'm still thinking how I'm going to do it. Just what are you thinking about?
Let's do it. Let's
get done with it. No, things are not supposed to be done your way. So we moved on.
So at 7 months, you said
no. My mom
turned
told
the job
me
down.
yes. My mom told me I'm willing to take care of the boy. Mulete. I said okay. 7 months. This boy is just starting to eat. It's me who can. I feel it's me who can give my child time. My whole time. Me, the mother.
Yeah.
I'll sacrifice my eating for my boy to eat first. And then I feel like I'll leave my child with someone that's like, kaganyo okulia ke kamanyi. So I'm like,
Then you come back, Mommy.
So my mom called me because she expected me to go the next day to take the child. Omwana wageze naye ku mulimu. I'm like, ku mulimu? Wagambye ogenda kuleeta omwana. I said, no, I didn't go to work. I said, what? I said, I'm not going to work. I said, Banang, have I ever, that's when I lost it. Have I ever come to anyone's place knocking, asking for food? No. I said, I'm not going to work. I'm going to sit down and take care of my child. Said, Kale, so she knows, she talks to my elder sister. When she talks to me, I can listen. She calls my elder sister. Sarah, I think tumufunire ekyokola. My son had made a year. Tumufunire ekyokola oba tumutwale Dubai. In their conversation. So my sister calls me. Mom is asking, I get you money, 5 million, then you go to Dubai and work, blah, blah, blah. Like, who told you? She called me saying, am I the one who called you or she's the one who called you? Then you sort it with her. It's not me who called you. I'm not in that conversation. Because I was also wondering, and I told her, I haven't told anyone I'm looking for a job. I've gotten 2 job offers.
I've turned them down.
And I haven't gone for them. So what makes you think I'm going to fly out of this country to go and leave my son with who? Tell me.
But what really made you come to that decision? Because remember, you have said it was like you were starting from
Scratch. Yes.
You're having 2 job offers, which are paying well.
Yes.
With favorable timing, even a nursery, you can go with your baby. And here you are, like, such places, another woman will be like, this is God's, this is an opportunity for me, prayer answered. I can now support my husband. I can now, dishing here, bills there. So what real made you say no, even to the point of your sister being able to
my
take you
husband
out?
I feel God knows the right people for us. I don't think he knows the right people for us. My husband had my back from day one, even with the little we had. He showed me, not these kind of guys be like, after giving birth, I'm going to torture you, I'm going to mistreat you, I'm going to do ABCD
it's going
to
to
you.
be a prison here.
Yes. With the little we had, he tried to make life comfortable for us. He promised me, even when he had my mom arguing, why aren't I going for work? Said, you know what? If you've decided to sit down and take care of my child, who is our child, no woman does that. Very few women do that. And I respect that.
Wow.
And I'm going to do my best to make sure that you never lack. Even now, he tells me, I'll make sure you guys will never lack. You've sacrificed everything for our child. You would have gone for the work. You would have said, you know what, kankulekela akana kaonze neyongere, who aren't married by then. People do. Kata akana konze kaneyongere n'obulamu bwange. But you've sacrificed everything for the child and for me. I'll work hard. So every time he would come back, it was a happy place. Every time he would come back, you feel happy, even though he doesn't do anything.
Yeah.
But you feel, he's back at least. So he would do a few things, help me wash the dishes, help me clean the house.
So it was really teamwork.
Yes.
And he was doing it willingly.
Willingly. If you feel you're tired, please leave them. No one is pushing you. Don't push yourself. Because from the hospital, he was told, you're not supposed to overwork her.
She needs rest.
He would leave the clothes outside. By then, we were in some other place. So he would leave the clothes outside. After washing, I would wash them. He helps me carry them outside. He would leave them outside for me to put them up. Apparently, when you have a section, you're not supposed to stretch. So he would come back early to remove the clothes. So I felt like, why am I stressing? I've seen people whose husbands, boyfriends, whatever, leave these women to suffer with their kids. But maybe God knew I have no one who's going to come in to help me. I will never have anyone to come through for me. Like I've been coming in for others. No one is going to be there for you, Sarah. So he blessed me with this man who is willing and happily doing these things for us. So we pushed on, and then I actually lost weight by then because I was trying to adapt. I lost weight. By the time my child was 1 year, my goodness.
How much weight?
I lost weight. I think by the time I gave birth, I was 85. That was
Okay.
too much for me. I used to be 70, 68, 69. I lost up to 68.
Wow.
I was tiny. I was tiny. I think that's why. I think when my mom saw me, I was like, I think Omananga, bona.
Stress.
The
He's
conditions are not
stressed.
okay. I think she should go and work. You know, I'm not that person who will tell you, Tetwali day or ABCD is going on. I'm a quiet person. So that's why I think they had to sit down
And try to
think for me.
think for you.
So we made a year. We moved on. We made a year. We made a party. It was me because it was during COVID. We made a year. I was like, thank you, Jesus. So I was like, but I still need to give birth. I have one boy. I need a girl. But my husband was like, you know what, let's first work, raise this child,
Yeah. Give it
and
some
we
time.
move on. We gave it, we had decided 3 years. We moved on, pola as God was changing lives. God changed our life, Dora. I think it's about patience.
Yeah.
You be patient with this person. If it's God sent, this person will love you whether you have or you don't. This person will respect you whether what or what. This person will be there for you. So we made a year, 2 years. So he got a very okay job. Okay, for to leave the second job. I think even the contract was about to get us like, okay, you know what? I think I need to focus on this one more because the contract will be done. So the contract got done, but we had saved some money.
Okay.
So
That's nice.
so we had saved. We weren't spending a lot because what are you spending that you don't have?
True.
So we had saved some money. My son grew at a very fast speed because I had to stop using Pampers at around 1 year.
Wow.
I potty trained him early. Potty trained him early. He was a boy. Apparently, there are stories boys are not supposed to be in Pampers all the time. So I got that in my head at 4 months. During the day, no Pampers.
Pampers. Yeah.
I think it helped. So by 1 year, my boy was used not to putting on Pampers during the day.
Okay.
Only at night. Even when you put him into pamper, dress him into pamper while you're walking around, by the time you remove it, it's empty. And he'll tell you, the moment you remove it, he'll go down and susu. So he was used to not putting on pamper.
Diapers,
and that one was okay. So my husband's like, oh, expenditure reduced. No pampers. No pampers anymore.
They can be expensive.
By then they were expensive.
And they run so fast.
They were expensive. I think because of recent we are talking about these things are like, was it that we were broke? Other things were expensive.
No, they're costly.
We're like, was it that we were broke? Other things were expensive. Said, be very good now. And then the formula, I stopped at 6 months for him. We started Jessa. Because it was also expensive.
True.
45 a week, 45 a week. I'm like, God, I think all those things drained me. You know, some men don't say, but their reaction, like
Twakagula.
it's 1 week and it's finished. So, yeah, it's finished. I said, okay, let me see what I can do. So you realize that it's stressing for him. But I said, you know what? I saw my nephew taking Jessa and he's okay. 6 months, Tulumbe, Jessa. We started Jessa, 6 months. We started soft foods. I started with porridge because I'd done them. So it was okay. We did the porridge. My boy was healthy. My boy was fat.
Wow.
He was healthy. And the mother was the opposite. Dora was tiny.
Lost weight.
I was tiny. They're like, but isn't that baby so heavy for you to carry? It was heavy.
Wow. By 6 months, he had like how many kgs?
10,
Wow.
11. He was big. He was big. This neck is like this. He was big. So we moved on, and yeah, we made a year. It was a milestone. We celebrated. It was during COVID. We made sure we buy a cake. From where we don't know, but we shall make sure we get a cake.
How did you feel? 1 year, you've been the nanny, the wife, the mother, everything.
Yes.
Like no help whatsoever.
Dora, nothing. Because I felt like when that maid told me, Aunt, I'm leaving, I felt at peace. Someone told me, Sarah, it's well. I had a voice telling me things will be okay. So things will be okay. I started even being, I'm a prayerful person, but that period I think I was overwhelmed. So I started praying again. I said, you know what? I'm nothing without God. I need to pray. I need to ask God for guidance. I need to know what's next. So we moved on. We made a year. My husband was like, wow, I never knew you would stay. I thought you're one of these girls who, after giving birth, you're like, kwato mwana onze neyongeddeyo obulamu buganye. Let me go and figure things out without a child. I said, why? Why would you think I would do that? Say, the way I found you. Maybe you're not that kind of person who will sit down for less, who would sit down for this kind of life I've put you in. So you didn't put me in anything. I decided.
You decided. You made a choice.
I had a choice of leaving. So if I stayed, I even have a child with you, then there's no mistake. Let's start our life. So we moved on.
So this is now 1 year past.
We made 1 year. Then second year, I was so prayerful. He would come and tell me. By the way, we are friends. He calls me. Sons of what border? But these border guys, I don't know what's wrong with them. He did ABCD. I'm like, vehicle. Okay, talk later. You also, can you imagine? I'm telling these people to do ABCD. They are not. I'm like, you leave them. It's okay.
It's okay.
That's how we are.
Wow.
I'll also be there. I'm like,
it's real couples here.
What are they doing in town? Have you bought what you wanted? Yes. Get that tax and come back. So you're like, okay, you're trying to check on each other, but with like a story. So that's how we are.
That's beautiful.
So we made 2 years. It was okay. Life was during COVID. I think I started putting on weight because he was home all the time. He was home. We would cook. And God was so good. The job he got, they were being paid during COVID. Full salary.
Wow.
Full salary.
Wow.
I think sometimes we should let God plan our lives. So everything was okay. So I put on some weight. Yeah, I was back to that Sarah.
Yeah.
So we made 3 years. After 3 years, remember we had said after 3 years, we can try again.
Yeah.
So after 3 years, before even we made 3, like, I think we should try for a child. I think it's easy. I mean, last time we got a child. Let's try.
So just
yeah. Dora, my dear.
It wasn't as easy.
My goodness.
What happened? Were you after the first child? Were you on birth control?
Nothing. He doesn't believe in those things, by the way. He doesn't want any birth control. Like they put the IUDs, pills, injections. First of all, I fear injections. Second of all, I would forget to take the pregnant care pill. So you expect me to take the contraceptive pill? I would forget. So the IUD said, no. How health are these things? No. I'm not putting it. He told me, I'm not putting anything into your body. No. Let it be your decision. But me, I'm out. I'm not even I'm not supporting you at any one point. I'm not there. I'm not going to go with you to the hospital. Count me out. So I gave up. I said, you know what? tubelewo. So we reached, we're like, I think we need a child. We tried the first month. Nothing. Said, maybe I'm just thinking about it, so stressed and all that. We tried the second time. Nothing.
Wow.
My child makes 3 years. Says, okay, what is happening? No way. We have a child. How come
And this has happened effortlessly before.
Then I went to we called my gyna. We went and checked in with my gyna. They said, let's do a scan. And then we did a scan. So after, they told me I have a PID. I'm like, PID? Wait, from where? How? Maybe you see, maybe your husband. I'm like, how? My husband has me alone.
We have each other. That's it.
How? Maybe we are going to treat it and it gets done. You'll be fine. Said, okay. So they give me the treatment, the injections, the tablets. My goodness. I took them. After like 2 months, we try again. We tried. Nothing.
So this is now 4 months.
Yes.
Of trying.
4 months, 5 months. Said, maybe you should give it time. So during that period of my son making 3 years, we organized for an introduction. We're doing our introduction. So we did the introduction. So the doctor was like, maybe you're stressed. The mukolo. So let's first finish the mukolo.
Then see.
Then we see. Said, okay. We did the mukolo in March 2022. Remember, from 2021, we are pushing to 2022. So we tried 2022. After the mukolo, I said, okay, fine. Maybe we're in sin with God. That's why I'm not even getting pregnant. We have done the introduction. Me thinking, okay, that's okay. God will have mercy and I shall have a child. I tried twice March. The Kwanjula was in March. After March, I felt like I was pregnant, very sick. I wanted to throw up. I would feel like I want to throw up, that nausea thing. I was sick. I would feel sick. My temperatures were normal, but I would feel I'm sick, like the morning sickness. And then in April, we went for a checkup to see if I'm pregnant. Nothing was there. I cried. I said, what is happening to me? I started crying. I started complaining. I wasn't talking to anyone, remember. It's me and my husband. So my husband said, you know what? Just give it time. Don't stress. Don't stress. Like, don't stress. Don't even think about it.
But it's very hard to take on that word. Don't stress.
When because he would tell me, God gave us a child. He'll bless us with another child when the time is right. Surprisingly, it's me who used to talk to him about God. Now it's him talking to me, how faithful our God is.
Wow.
Said, don't stress. You know what it means to sleep, and you're asking yourself what is happening to me. Told me, don't stress, it will be fine. So we pushed on. We said, you know what, let's stop trying. Let's stop it.
Yeah.
Because he realized I was losing it. Was losing it. Our child had started going to school. I would stay home alone. So I would be stressed. I'm like, okay, so what is happening to me? Why God? Why this? Why that? You're in the house alone. Because with a child, at least sometimes you're busy with a child and all that. Now my child has started going to school. I'm there wondering, what is happening? What is this? What is that? I said, God. So we started trying again in June. Because after I went back for a checkup again, they told me it's a PID. Still. Apparently, it was worse than before. But me, I always keep my records for the hospital.
Yeah.
So I went back and checked they were actually the same statements. But for them, they're telling me it's worse.
It's worse.
I said, something is not right. Something is not adding up. So the doctor told me, take time. Let's treat your husband also. Stay away from each other for like, let's give it 4 months. Said, okay. Because my husband is always listens to what the doctor says. Okay, yes. So we gave it 4 months, just looking at each other.
4 months?
Yes. Oh, by the way, when I'm pregnant, my husband does nothing.
What do you mean?
We are there looking at each other.
For 9 months?
Exactly. 9 months, 1 year.
1 year, and of course there's
the recovery. The 3, 4.
Nothing. It's his decision, your decision,
it's actually his decision. Because even the first child, when the doctor told him the way the baby came in, it's the same way the baby has to go out. My dear, I said, no. After leaving, the doctor's office said, those stories are
he's scared.
He's scared. It's like, what if I damage my baby?
Oh my goodness. Wow.
So for the first child, I think he wasn't that scared. But for the second one, after what I went through, so after the 4 months we tried, I got pregnant. I was like, oh, finally. Because I tested, I'd missed my period. I said, I tested and I was pregnant. I said, hey, Han, I'm pregnant. I said, oh, finally. So we went and saw a gynae. I was like, oh, Sarah, finally. Yeah, finally, I'm pregnant. Only to carry the child for 9 weeks. And I lost that pregnancy.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
I woke up that day. I think something I was supposed to do that day. Things are funny, Dora. I actually had a dream.
Oh, dear.
I'd lost the baby. So I woke up immediately. I knew the devil is attacking. Yes, I started praying. I said, please, Lord, please, Lord. The moment I finished a prayer like this, I was bleeding. I said, no, this can't be. I was alone. I'm home alone. I was shaking. I was crying. I'm like, no, don't cry. Maybe it's not. Maybe because I saw my sister. My sister had the same thing. She bled, but the baby was there. They were about to do the evacuation thing, but they had to first do the checkup.
The scan,
because I was telling her, I have a feeling you're pregnant. Why is it that I'm dreaming when you're pregnant? Told me, Sarah, I've been even on they even gave her medication. Some hospital I hate up to now. Even I hear people talking about it, I'm like, what are you doing there?
Which hospital is this?
They gave her medication
to cleanse
that the baby is out.
Without even checking her?
I don't know. I don't know what they checked. I don't know what they did. But I told her, but I've had 2 dreams about you being pregnant. First check before they do the total cleansing and all that. Only to go to a certain clinic there near Molago Hospital.
And there's a heartbeat.
The baby is there, very safe. Is it the uterus? The cervix?
Yes, the cervix.
Very closed. The baby is very safe. Wow. Told me, Sarah, Oshmanye ndi lubuto. I'm like, yes. The boy is here. The boy is making 8 years.
What?
Yes.
Oh, God have mercy on us. So for you...
So when I saw that, I'm like, no, maybe it's the same thing with my sister. No, I think the baby is still there. But the voice was telling me, there's this voice telling me, sorry, I've lost the baby. I said, no, I can't. So I had to rush to the hospital. I called my gyna. My gyna tells me, go to the hospital. They check you. I'm coming. They checked me. They told me, Sarah, nothing. I said, no, you're lying. You for all that period from 2021 up to 2022 in July, Do you know how long I've been praying for? And you're telling my child is, no, it's very impossible. My child is there. Yeah, you check. They called my husband. I told him, tell them my child is there. Dora, I told my husband, my child is there. Oh. The guy told me, Sarah, you've lost a baby. I said, no. I remember that day. I called my sister abroad. I told her, Sylvia, these guys are telling me my child is gone. Tell them my child is there. So she told me, Sarah, we serve a living God, because I had been praying with her. She's one person I would talk to. So I told her everything that has been happening, and she told me, let's pray. So that moment I tell her I'm pregnant, and then after a week or 2 weeks, after a month, I'm telling her I'm losing the baby. No, I told her, tell the guy now. Tell my husband. My husband is called Graham. Gamba Graham. Graham is siding with a doctor. Mugamba gambe doctor mwana mwali. Dora, I had to go to another hospital
to confirm
for a scan. I had to clean my eyes to go there like fresh. Like, I'm here to check for a baby. I don't know how I even got the strength. I'm here to check on my baby. Said, oh, how old? I'm like 2 months, coming to 2 months. Said, okay, you sleep and we check. Said, I'm not seeing anything, but maybe the baby is still tiny. Let's do the I don't know how they call it, but they insert it inside and then they check properly.
Yes.
She decided to do that. I said, but I'm not seeing anything. Said, please check carefully. She checked. Said, have you been bleeding? Said, yes. I think you lost that baby. She was a lady. She told me, I know how you feel, but I think you've lost that baby and you need to clean. Dora. I asked God all kind of questions. Why me? What did I ever do to you, Lord? Remember, I'm a very prayerful person. I'm that one person who encourages others. I'm one person who is there for others. So I hated myself. I was so angry. I knew the cause after I got to know, after my Kwekarakasa and all that. I got back to my normal senses. I had to go back to God. Because there's no one going to answer to you when you're like that.
Yeah.
So I had to go back to God, and He reminded me of something I dreamt, like when my child was 1 year. My first child was 1 year. It reminded me and said, you thought it was just a dream. No, it wasn't. It was real.
What had you dreamt?
Someone telling me I'll never give birth again. And she swore, you'll never give birth again. In a dream with my husband, like, you're moveko. So I told my mom, I dreamt ABCD telling me I'll never give birth again. So ambitious. She started praying like a mother. You know those prayers you pray like 2 minutes prayers instead of going too deep. And then I had a second dream. This person was shooting at me, like here at me
in the belly.
Yes, and I died in that dream, and then someone told me, you're not going to die, you're not supposed to die, wake up. I woke up. And then after that, God reminded me those dreams. I'm like, wow. So it was this serious. I hated that person with passion, Dora. Every month, not knowing that the more I hate her, the more I won't ever
You knew this person?
Yes.
The one that you dreamt in the dream?
Yes.
They were close to you?
Yes.
Okay.
So I hated this person. Every time they would preach about forgiveness, I'm like, I would switch off that preaching. I'm not forgiving this person. Who does this to someone's child? I'm not forgiving this person. Who does? So 2022, 2022 is done. I'm not having a child. So towards December, I got pregnant again. I was like, finally I've gotten pregnant. Hey, but I was a Caesare. I got pregnant. Before the month ended, the baby, I had lost the baby.
Oh no.
Now that was even bad. Because that day I got that miscarriage, I can't forget it. It was 7th December. My friend was giving birth that very day. They had scheduled for a C-section. So it was me escorting her. Very early in the morning, I'm bleeding. I'm taking someone to give birth.
And for you, you're losing your baby.
I'm losing my baby. Dora, I got that strength. I said, you know what? This one is gone. Let's save the one who's still alive. I got a painkiller there because we had to go to the hospital. I got a painkiller. We took the lady to the hospital. She didn't know. She was asking me, Sarah, is everything okay? Yeah, I'm fine. I'm okay. I got my pads. We went with my painkillers. I called my guy and I told him everything. Said, after you come and I'll give you the tabs to cleanse you. I'm not going to do that evacuation thing again. I'm sure they will help you. I'm not doing that to you, Sarah. I know because from 2022, we are in the same story. From 2021 up to 2022. So he knew how weak I was. Like, I know what you're going through. I don't want to traumatize you.
The more.
So after she gave birth, we had to go back. I went to the gyna. I got my meds. I started taking them. After she asked me, but what had happened? I told her, said, what? You lost your baby? Said, yes. And you took me to the hospital? Said, why not? I mean, your child was alive. We had to save the living child. Mine had gone, so we have to save the living ones first. Me, I'll be okay. Said, what? So I used that as my prayer point.
Yeah.
But as I prayed, remember, we reached after December 2022, we reached a point where I wasn't getting pregnant ever again. Like I felt like there was nothing, no positive.
And had you taken like the medicine for
I did.
PID?
I did that. I took that medication and they checked me after still the third time they're telling me there's a PID, I think. I reached a point, I'm like, you know what, God, it's up to you. But as I'm saying it's up to you, I said, but there's this lady I had, they give you natural things, blah, 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 blah. You do that diet, maybe I'd put on some weight. I was 75. Maybe that was a lot for me. Maybe, let me go and meet her. I was so desperate, Dora. But in a good way. So I was looking for the good steps, not tugende bampe eddagala nywe. So I went to this lady. They told me, no, we shall give you the natural things. You change your diet. They gave me a book. You're going to be eating this. You stop taking sugar. In 1 week, I lost weight.
Wow.
In 1 week.
Wow.
I'd lost weight. I would exercise. I would go. I stopped using the car to pick up the boy. I would walk up to the school. Then I get a border coming back because for him he couldn't walk. So I was into this thing. I was so determined. Only to check. Nothing.
How long did you go through?
Like 2 months.
2 months.
Only to check, nothing. So my husband was like, let's do our wedding because we are planning. We did our wedding 2023. February. Yes, 2023 in February. I was so stressed on my wedding. Why can't I get pregnant? This guy is going to marry me. I can't get pregnant. I can't give birth. This thing is on my head. And he's telling me, let it be. Whether you get another child, you don't get another child, you're going to still be my wife. We'll be with one child if that's what God had decided to give us. But if God says you shall have other children,
they'll come.
He will give us the children. So don't stress yourself. So he went through the wedding and After the weddings, I like, okay, now focus on getting a child again. Dora, I tried in March, in May. Actually, in May, that's when I totally gave up. I didn't give up like giving up. I said, you know what, God, let your will be done.
You left it to God.
I've tried. The doctors have tried.
The natural
The nutritionists have tried. I think you're the God of the impossibilities. I always call him the God of the impossibilities. Dora, my gyna said, Sarah, I've done everything. The PID is not going. We have treated your husband. It's not going. Maybe he just didn't want to tell me.
Yeah.
You need to go and pray to your God, the one you believe in. But you would see it in his face. Like, I don't know what's wrong with you, Sarah. I said, I know. Don't worry. So I battled with forgiveness. For all that period. The reason that's why I wasn't being able to give birth. I had not forgiven this person.
Let go of.
So I was so angry. I was so bitter. Every time I would find her, I would be so angry at her. I hated her. I hated her. Like, I hated her, not anymore, because those days I would even speak while crying. I hate her, I hate her, I hate her.
Wow.
But I know sometimes the devil uses people to hurt us. They are not them. So I battled that period, March, April, praying to God, please give me that courage to forgive this person. I need to forgive. Lord, I need to forgive. I need to
Forgive
learn
and let go.
and let go. I need to move on. Then I got a chance. I was praying with some lady. I had a testimony from church. She battled the same thing. Maybe God is telling you something and you fail to do it. And I said, Lord, what did you tell me to do that has stopped me from getting pregnant? He talks. Forgiveness. I said, forgiveness. Lord, I forgave everyone who hurt me. Who haven't I forgiven?
There is that one person.
That one person you hate. Look through the people. There's that one person you hate, Sarah. The moment that name came into my head, I cried. Dora. I cried, asking, please, Lord, I can't, Lord. And then there's this voice telling me, Sarah, let it go. I said, Lord, I can't. I battled with forgiving that person, and I thank God I got the grace and the courage to forgive her. So I did forgive her and started praying. I even changed my mindset. I'm like, you know what? When the child comes, the child will come. I started having peace. I came back to my happy Sarah. My husband realized, something has changed about you. Is everything okay? I said, yes, I'm okay. You're not testing this month? I said, no, I'm not.
If it's there, it's there.
If I'm pregnant, it's God to do that test this time around. I told God, you do that test, not me. I'm not doing any more tests. You're going to do that test. So we moved on. We are happy. My husband, and our son. Life was okay. Then in May. I remember in May. Have you ever been there and you hear someone talking to you? I had a voice telling me, because I'd said, you know what? I'm giving myself up to July when my son makes 4 years. Is it 4 years?
4 years.
That's when I think I'll go back to looking for a child, because I've forgiven this lady. My heart is at peace. I'm okay. So I'm going to start losing my weight. I go back to my normal weight, my 72, 70, 71. I fit in my clothes. I need to take care of myself. I didn't know who I was anymore. I was so consumed with pregnancy. So in May, when I'd started the process of losing weight and all that, I was just there seated, and a voice told me, why are you waiting that long to get pregnant? It's like,
Who was telling me that?
this house alone, like, Lwaki olinda mpaka July okuzaala? I said, no way. Who is saying that? I said, please, God, if you're talking to me, please come and talk to me. I don't want those
go
whispers.
through the corridors. Come straight.
I said, lwaki ninda mpaka July okuzaala? Maybe they were my thoughts. So May, I had a dream, my brother telling me, you're pregnant. Sarah, you're pregnant. You're pregnant. You're pregnant. No, I'm not pregnant. I've seen you're pregnant. You're even throwing up. I said, no, I'm not pregnant. I'm not pregnant. I woke up. I said, remember, we are not doing any contraceptive. We have been trying. Like we are saying, you know what? Let's enjoy ourselves. We are even married. Let's move on with our life.
This is legalized.
I mean, we are not getting pregnant. So I'm pregnant. I told my husband, I had a voice. And to have had a dream, I'm pregnant. Said, okay. But during that period, I don't know where even that thought came from. I started doing that steaming thing. That monthly steaming before your periods, you steam, and then after you steam.
The yoni.
Yes. You can't even imagine what I was using. I was using rosemary, smanya basil, oregano, what else?
Cloves.
Yes, and cloves. I put in the water and steam, but I would pray for them.
Yeah.
I would pray, I'm like, God, this is not just hot water, this is the fire. Because I reached a point, I'm like, if these doctors can't treat this PID, there's a doctor I know who can't fail. So I told God, this is not hot water, this is not steam, this is your fire burning this PID out of my system. I would even drink. I was even fasting. I was praying. My system has to be clear. My body, even though I'm not going to give birth, I don't have to be with these infections.
Yeah.
Kumbe, it was working.
Faith without works is dead. Put in some
So after all that, I didn't know those things were working. I did them from March. So that month, May, I was going to steam. I voice told me. I actually put the water there. My mom called me. We talked for like 2 hours. Only to go back. And the water is cold. I'm like, I think I'm even late. Let me pour. I didn't even drink that period. Kumba was pregnant. Wow. Even the next time.
That was divine.
Even the second time I think I woke up, I boiled them, I left them on the stove. I was caught up. I said, Panange, I forgot to steam. I think I'll do tomorrow. Because I was steaming divine. For my coming periods.
Yes.
Kumba was pregnant. So after that, I dream my son, my boy, telling me, Mommy, he knows the name. We go to your doctor. I think you're pregnant. In the dream. I said, no, let me first do my test here at home and then we go and check with the doctor. I said, you better hurry, we go and check. I think you're pregnant. And then during that dream, I had a delivery. I had deliveries from that stuff I was having. I saw they were squeezing out the things, but then my son was telling me I'm pregnant. Then the things were too yellow. Someone was telling me squeeze them out. It was spiritual, basically. So I woke up, told my husband. I actually dreamt when Grayson was telling me I'm pregnant. We need to go to see the gyna. Said, you and your dreams.
Let's go.
Said, let's wait. He was so scared because every time we'd go to check,
it was a negative.
No, I would get pregnant and then would lose the baby.
Yes.
So like, no, let's wait a bit. Let's give it a month. So when he said, let's give it a month, I had a dream of a doctor who was my doctor during the first pregnancy. She was a nurse coming and telling me, apparently my heartbeat was at a fast rate. Said, Sarah, rush and go see the doctor. Go to your doctor. They even know my doctor I'm supposed to see. I told my husband, the second, I've had another dream today. I think I'm tired of these dreams. I think we should go and see this doctor. I said, okay, if you say so. We went. My dear, God has his divine connections. Every time I would go to see this doctor, I would ask me, Kati Sarah, leero ate kiki ekiganye? Kati ate leero tugenda kukola ki? So this doctor, the moment he saw me, he asked me, how old is the pregnancy? I said, what? Hey, Dr. Bangachi.
This is not even after him doing a scan or
No,
anything.
nothing. I
just
phoned
walking
us
through his office and
like, hey Sarah, Dr. Bangachi. Huh? Hey, Nkubuza, how old is the pregnancy? I'm like, I don't know. Yeah, of course you don't know. But you're not going to check for anything. Just take these tabs for this period. That's when we shall check. But I know you're pregnant. I remember that dream. This guy told me to go and see this doctor. All this time, he has never thought of giving me these tabs. But today, he gives me these tabs. And this lady told me, hurry up and go and see him. So he gave me these tabs. Well, what were they called? Apparently,
what were the
progesterone?
progesterone?
I
Okay.
think to hold the
progesterone. So you okay, I get it.
So he gave me those tabs. I didn't like them, but I had to take them for like 2-3 months. Are they 4 months? So we checked. I was pregnant. He told me, I know you're pregnant. My husband was like, we need to confirm. They had to check me. I was pregnant. He gave me the tabs. We started taking them. I told my sister. I think my sister was praying for me, so she also got a confirmation. They're like, your sister, Ali Buto, but she's not telling you. She called me, is there anything you want to tell me? I'm like, no. Because I was scared, Dora. Every time I would tell her, we lose the baby. I'm like, I'm not going to tell people. What if this baby gets out? So every time I would go to the bathroom to clean myself, I would check the tissue. Am I bleeding? For 2 months, I'll be checking. My heart would be like, what if I lose the baby? What if 2 months? After 2 months, I'm like, thank God we have made 2. But I wasn't settled until...
Were you having the nausea, the morning sickness?
I did. I think I had, but I wasn't even feeling it because my mind was somewhere else.
Yeah.
I was worried. So I told my sister, I think I'm pregnant. She said, yeah, I've been praying for this. This one, get out. She prayed like, they started praying. We prayed like for 2 hours. She was praying. This time around, we prayed. Because I was also praying. I actually fasted when I was pregnant. So we prayed. I was still scared of losing that baby. So after, I had someone telling me, you're not going to have miscarriages ever again. Dora, I knelt down. I said, thank you, Jesus.
For the assurance.
Since then, I got peace. I knew God has this child under control. What I haven't told you, God did that test before I did a test. Someone came and did a test for me in that dream and told me, Sarah, you're pregnant. I said no. Told me, you believe you're pregnant. That's when I started like, okay, sometimes we pray things. Because I remember telling God, can't you send me, I'm sure Angel Gabriel is still there. He can also bring me good news like he did for Mary. He did. So I got pregnant. I told my sister, my mom got to know I'm pregnant when I was 6 months.
Wow.
I swore not to tell anyone. My husband never told anyone from his family, not even his best man, because his best man is the brother. They're very close like this. He didn't tell anyone. 7 months, I was okay. I was fine. But I had faith from day one. I'm having a girl child. My husband said, how sure are you? My sister sent me clothes for a girl. I washed them. Ironed them. I told them, you clothes my daughter has to wear you, the one I'm carrying inside.
So by this time, you had not even checked if it's a boy or girl?
No. Okay. Up to 6 months. They checked me at 6 months. They told my husband, it's a girl. Said, no, you're lying. It can't be. How? But I told him, if you trusted God to give us a child, trust is going to give us a girl child. Said, I've been praying for a baby girl. Please check again. But they told him, no, we shall check at around 7 months, 8 months again if you want. Because apparently they're checking for certain things around that period. They checked. It was a girl. He put on specs.
He removed his
He removed the specs to see. And I'm like, how are you going to see?
When you've removed he felt like the specs were even lying to him.
How are you going to see? I'm like, ne specs ozijeko genda kulaba otya. Said, no. Are you serious? It's a girl. Yes. Wow. God answers prayers. So he said, I'm not going through that labor thing again. For the first child, we went through labor. And then after we had a C, he was there.
Was traumatized.
So I was like, my dear, we are not doing that again. We are not. Whether you want it or not, we are not.
C-section.
And I have to be there when you're giving birth. And if I'm there, we are not going to I'm not letting you go through that drama you went through. It caused him drama. That pain, I saw you. And then after they operate you, no. So he told the doctor he has to be operated. Door.
This is after you. I mean, your son by this time was already
4
years.
4 years. Because it was last year. Last year.
What was the reason of the first C-section?
Apparently, I think it's even ignorance. Because I went there, I think I had those false labor pains. So when I went there, they told me, you're going to stay here. I stayed there for monitoring and all that. Kumbe, they were inducing me. So they induced me.
You didn't know they were inducing you?
They told me we are trying to speed up the induction, the labor pains. I was like, okay, I've seen people who are induced and then they give birth, so it's okay. So they did it. I was so strong, Dora. I was strong up to 8.5 centimeters. No tear, no shouting. I was like just holding my husband.
And which they use pitocin, they use gel,
I think they gave me the tubs and then
the IV, the pit.
I think. So I was so strong. I was so determined to push. So they told me, unfortunately, after a while, the baby was getting tired. And my mom was there. And my mom has ever seen this happening to my sister. It's like, doctor, kola chonna chokola to save my child.
She was there for you, her child.
Only worry. Nayo wange, please do whatever you can do to save my child. Nagamba, tata wa ayogere kale. So they had to sign, both of them, my mom and my husband, for the C, because I wanted to push. And I told the doctor, can't I push and remove that cord? Because it was about the cord thing. The cord was around, and every time I would push, that is the pain I felt. It was so painful. So they told me, the more you push, the more the cords tightens.
Tightened, yeah.
So if you're thinking of pushing to get the child out, you're going to kill your baby. I said, what? That's when the labor pain stopped. When I heard I'm going to kill my child, I asked them, where's the theater? I took myself to the theater, Dora, because I felt, no way, I'm not going to lose my child. After going through this, I can't lose my child.
Sometimes the language, you're going to kill your baby. You're
what
going
they tell
to
us,
kill.
You're going to kill your baby.
I wish they could use different languages to
You know, Ugandan doctors, they don't have that sweet language, Dora. They like akwisambwangu. So the best way to chop the work,
that you're going to kill your baby.
The baby will be dead if you don't do this. So as a mother, I'll be like, okay, I've gone through all this to go back with a dead body. No. Of course, you go to the theater. I actually took myself to the theater. I don't even remember when they gave me that epidural thing. I don't remember. Because my mind were like, I want my baby out. Doctor, do anything to save my child. So they operated me. I didn't even feel anything. I asked my husband, is the baby out? Tell me yes. Said, thank you, Lord. But he told me the cord was
Around.
like they removed it like 10 times, like this, 10 times. My baby didn't cry. That first cry, like, he did, ah, that was it. Even up to now, he doesn't know how to cry. He doesn't know. You just see tears and like, oh, what did she? Like you see tears coming out. He's not that, baby. Apart, this one is, baby, but the other one, no.
So now 4 years later,
My husband
again.
says no. Because I had counted, okay, after all this period, I can't push.
Yes.
He said, no, you're not going to do that. I called my sister, told my sister, please, tell my husband, I think you can convince him. I can't push. My sister told me, I can't come into this unless you and your husband agree. You need to agree on something. You need to agree. I said, but he can't, like, my mother came and said, Mukwana, tetugenda mukupushinga. No.
Wow.
We go, they operate you, and you're done. My mom was so tired of that drama. I said, no, you're not. I can't afford. What if the devil is going to use this path to kill you this time? No, let's not give the devil. So they convinced me into that we are not going to give the devil a chance. And I said, you know what, Lord, let your will be done. If they're going to operate me, Lord, give me the strength to go there. Give me. I prayed and I went. They operated me on 26th Jan last year. They operated me. The doctor was there. Asked me, Sarah, is everything okay? I said, yeah, I'm fine. My temperature, my pressure. I was fat, Dora. I'd put on weight. I had put on weight. I think my mom told me after. She was scared, but she couldn't tell me when she saw me like that. So she was scared. She was like, we're going to labor. No, they should operate her. So after she told me, how are you? I said, I'm fine. Nagamba, omanyi obedde antidde. Nga nkulaba ozimbye. Nemugamba, I know surprisingly my pressure was okay. Nagamba, are you serious? Even in the theater, I said, it was very normal. I said, what? Oyo Katonda. Did you see yourself how you're looking? I said, no, my dear. You were
Was there
so
any
lame.
concern even with the doctors that you had added on so much weight?
Yes, the doctor told me. Sarah, you've put on a lot of weight.
Was it just weight or is this sudden swelling?
I think it was sudden. I think it was sudden swelling. Because in October I was okay, November I was fine, then December, Jan. I started putting on weird. I also felt my face was swollen. I'm like, but I'm okay. I would try to press myself. I would sit, but in my heart I'm like, no, it won't happen. It won't happen. Okay. So, but I think it had come. If I'd pushed it further, it was going to affect me. So we gave birth to a child, our little girl. We named her Genesis because she was the beginning of, I think, the good things. God answered our prayers. And still, I didn't have a maid.
You still chose to stay.
Yes.
Maybe you can share with a mother out there who is in that dilemma. Because, nannies have become an issue.
I know.
I know. Getting a good nanny is not easy. You get a nanny, yes, she's there, but you find that maybe she's not doing the work well. But even you as a mother, you start having that anxiety of, is she really taking care of my baby well?
Safe, yes.
Is my child okay? Then you have to go back to work.
But you're not settled. You're always
settled,
calling in.
And then remember, leave is only 3 months. You still want to breastfeed. Navigating that whole journey of pumping,
especially for the first-time mothers.
So, for a first-time mom watching this, what would you advise them? Or even a mother of 6 who's like, Banang, I feel like my babies, I've missed out with my babies. You have that kind of feeling of, So
you want to be with your baby.
You want to be with your babies, but then life is also happening. So what would you advise? You who has sacrificed all those years to be the stay-home mom.
Sacrificed
your career.
And I remember after giving birth, I remember coming to you when my child was like 3 months. I remember talking to you. You told me one thing: you're not a failure.
Yeah.
That changed my life, Dora. All that period, I've been having this in my mind. You're supposed to go and work. I mean, you get a maid, be there for the child, go and work. And then I meet this one person in my life who tells me,
you're not a failure.
Wow. I said,
yeah.
What? I went back and told my husband, guess what? For the first time, I met someone who believes in me. What did this person tell you? Like, me staying home and taking care of my children is the best decision I've ever made.
That is what we were created as women. We are naturals.
Said, now that has to be your friend. Because me, I've tried to tell you what you're doing is right, but it seems like you didn't listen. So that woman has to be your friend. So I started explaining, said, wow, you need to go see that. You need to talk to Dora. Every time I was, first ask Dora, talk to Dora, ask Dora. You leave those women. You leave those women. You leave those women. The thing about money, you talk to Dora. So I think it's about sacrifice.
Yeah.
It's not that I was young. Yeah. I wasn't young by then. I gave birth when I was 27, 28. I wasn't young. So someone would say maybe she was young, she'll catch up later. No. And of course, I'm going to catch up. But I sat down, Dora, and looked at my child, my babies. Even now, I look at my 5-year-old. I looked at him in the mirror. I'm like, but you're still young.
Yeah.
I still struggle with you to eat. I still struggle with you. I have to remind you to bathe. Who is going to do this when I'm not around? Who? No one. So I think it's about sacrifice. I know, yes, we need the money. We need to take care of A, B, C, D, all the bills. We didn't have money. But I think it's about you and your partner sitting down and agree on certain things. You need to get a supportive
because
partner.
You see, there's some women who don't have that support.
Exactly.
Single mother. They want to be home. They want to take care of their baby, but they have to work. They have to work.
One of the reasons as to why I don't trust maids, when I was young with my mom, we had a maid. And somehow, this maid never used to cook for us food because my mom would come back and cook. Somehow, this maid leaves when she has cooked sauce, apparently, and she leaves and goes. I never used to eat food until my mom serves it. So my mom asks, where is aunt? I'm like, auntie, yalesa fumbi enva yagenze. Where yagenze? I was young. Yalesa fumbi enva. Ngazi fumbi dani. My mom checks the sauce. Who told her to cook for us food? I don't know how she thought about it. I don't know because I was young. So only to check the sauce, it was poisoned.
It was poisoned?
Yes. Wow. And the maid had run away. So ever since, my mind is like, because ever since I'm like, I'll never have maids. I don't trust maids. I don't trust. Even though you tell me this is a very good maid, even the one who used to come in, I'll be there watching when she's cooking. Like, I'm just there talking, kumba I'm watching. Because since then, I lost trust in maids. And then even the thing of leaving my child with someone, there's a time I tried to leave. I left my child with my mom, the first one, to go to church. I think I told you that story.
Yes.
I left my child. I'm like, today I think I should go to church. I was supposed to come back in the evening, only to reach. I'm like, kati oba kalidde. I'm in church. Oba alidde. Namulisa akaaba oba kyakaaba.
Oh dear.
Kati mama ayinza okuba naye akooye mukazi wattu. Kamende. I got a border from Mutundwe.
And you went back
home, only to Annie, Sarah said, my mom laughed. Like, Sarah. Osabye. Like, I'm as Masi Sabi.
I was thinking about the baby.
My child said, no one will ever sit down, take care of you. If you can't trust me, your mother, take care of your child. No one will ever take care of your child. And since then, I don't trust anyone.
You don't trust anyone.
I don't. Like who? So I think it's about the sacrifice. Maybe for those who don't have the support, but if you have the support, why not sit down and take care of your child? I mean, because I always have this thing of I'm going to go and work and get the money, and then they tell me the child is sick. Infections. Me, all that period, I've never treated my child for any bacterial infection, any CJU, what infection. Ever. Apart from this cough that she got, and I think we delayed a bit. Since then, nothing like infection, simanya omwana yalidde bichafu, simanya diarrhea. There's this story people say when the child is teething, they diarrhea. Mine have never. Because I'm always there. I always clean my place because it's my house. I make sure it's safe for my children. I try to improvise, find ways of making the house clean because my child is going to crawl on this floor.
The floor.
So
it's very important to
make sure that everything is clean. So I feel you're out there. Who's going to take care of your child's bottle? I know I clean this bottle in the morning. I have to use warm hot water to rinse it. Who's going to have that time? The maid? No. This is your child. This is... I feel maybe I got my child out of struggle. Both, even the other one. Fine, I got pregnant easier, but the delivery wasn't that easy. So I feel they are a blessing to me. I feel they made me a better person. I was never patient. They're teaching me how to be patient. I was that everywhere person. These days I'm scarce. I lost friends. I lost friends because I'm scarce. Sarah aliwakala bidila bana. Everyone is nice. Sarah, you need to get a job and work. I'm like, my mom told them clearly, leave that girl alone. If she has decided to sit down and take care of her child, she will. And if she wants to work, it's not that she has failed to get a job. She will get a job and she will work. So let her be.
I'm so sure that a mom out there who is in that, phase of should I stay, should I go, should I work, should I stay with my babies? So at least she knows that it is doable.
You can
stay home, nurture your babies, and then get back.
Thank you for encouraging
me. So proud of you. So proud of your journey.
You actually gave me that strength. I'll never stop saying that.